Hi everyone, it's Dash Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So today we're going to make my version of this. Now this is what Jane sent me. So Jane from, as in Jane Marchant. She sent me this, and we're going to make a version, my version of this. Now this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets. And I'm going to make this one, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pockets. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make it. Now you're going to need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 card. Okay, so it's a great way to use up all of that 12 by 12 card stack. Now I'm used this, which is something that I wouldn't normally have used. It's a bit too floral for me, but I used it, and actually, you know what, I liked the way it turned out, so I used it and I was happy to have it on camera. It was actually much easier to see than I normally make all of my prototypes in this white card, but as you can see, once you've like closed up these pockets, it's very hard to see where all the things start and end. So you're going to need 2 pieces of card. I'm going to use these, which are the ones where they're like 4 miniature versions from Tim Holtz. I'm not going to worry about orientation of them. I am just going to cut and score. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take our piece of paper and have the top at the top, okay? And the first bit we're going to make is this piece here, which is this outer one, which is this where this blue is. Okay, we're going to make that, and what we're going to do is I'm going to find the other scoring tool there, and we're going to score at 4. We're going to score at 4, and then we're going to score at 8. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it so that the bottom is to our left if we're right-handed, and to the right if you're left-handed. That takes a bit of working out, especially after a day at work. So so we're going to score at 4. Okay, so that's the bit that makes that outer piece, the blue piece of this one. So this piece that you can see here, and it also creates this back pocket. So if I just close it up again, it creates that back pocket. So like I say, this is my version. This is not a remake of Jane's. This is me adapting it to suit me. Okay, then I'm going to take another piece, okay, and I'm going to score it. Now we're going to make the next piece we're going to make is this purpley pink piece. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, we're going to take the full width of it, and this time we're going to score it. So we're going to score it so that it looks, so we're going to score it so it's that way round. This is the way round we're going to score it, because this is a full 4 inches, and then this is 3 7/8 of an inch, and then this is also 3, and it's about at 3 6/8 of an inch, so that none of it gets in the way of each other when you're folding. So what we're going to do is we're going to score at 4, yeah, and then we're going to score at 7 7/8, which means that this is going to be a bit longer than when you fold it in. It'll overlap this line, but we're just going to cut a piece off the end, okay? But we'll come to that in a minute. And then we're going to turn it round again so that we've got the bottom to our left if we're right-handed, and to our right if we're left-handed. And again, we're going to score at 4. Okay. And we're going to open it, take it off, and then, everything's just fallen over at the bottom down here. You can't see, but it's next to the litter bin. So now you want to score in all of those lines. So we're just going to fold them over for now. It doesn't matter which way you're folding it for now. We're just going to fold them all in and crease them in. All of those in nicely, okay, and then wherever that other one is, it's there. Like that. Okay, so remember that piece we just want to have separately because it's not exactly the same as this one. Okay, so we'll put this one in, we'll make all these score lines in. And we're just going to get those done, and then we'll come back to what else we need to do next. Okay, so that's the one that's going to be cut with a diagonal, so we'll move that to one side. We're going to go back to this one, which is the blue piece on here. So this is the piece that we're going to do. And what we want to do is we want to cut this middle piece out. So I'm going to cut it with a blade because... Why am I going to cut it with a blade? I'm going to cut it with a blade because I find it easier than cutting with a pair of scissors. So, because I'm cutting the middle panel out and I want the pockets here to sit away from the fold, I'm cutting them so that the line is... So, let me just put it back that way around. So that's the way up it is. So we want to cut... This line here, we want to cut to the right hand side of this line, and this line here we want to cut to the left hand side of this line, and that way then we're making sure that the cuts we have aren't going to get in the way of the fold. Okay, so from there to there. I'm just going to turn it round because it's always easier for me to cut the same way round. Put it up against there. Cut down to that fold line. Okay, and then we want to cut that one off. So I'm going to cut the whole of the fold off, and that way then we're cutting that off. So when you take this piece off, if you cut it off properly. No, it didn't go far enough, Dave. Usually I'll go way too far, but no, not far enough. And so the bit we've cut off has actually still got the folds, the score lines on it. So you can feel like a lip all the way round. And that's what we're doing, is we're cutting those bits off. Because we want that to fold in and fold over without getting in the way. Now, if you've got a little bit like I have where it overlaps that fold, cut that bit off. So I'm going to use a pair of scissors. I'm just going to cut about 1/16 of an inch off there so that it doesn't get in the way of my fold. See if that's... Go back to it, see if that's okay. Fold it over. Does it buckle? No, it doesn't. That's fine. And then we're going to do the same with that one. Fold that over and then fold it over. Does that buckle? No. Right. Now what you're going to find is when you fold this into here, this will buckle on this fold here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open it back out again, and we're going to cut about 1/8 of an inch off, just so that we're cutting all of that away from that fold line. So fold that in, and then that should sit just inside that fold line so that when you fold it over, none of it's buckling now. Okay, so you've done that. We're going to put that to one side. Okay. This time though, what you're going to do before we do that is we're just going to fold that back in on itself. And so that's going to go at the back. Now, the reason why we cut that bit off is not because we wanted to get it away from the fold. That's a good rule of thumb, is to get it away from the fold. Because when you fold it back, is you don't want it to stick beyond that fold point. Because it just makes it untidy there, and it'll just get caught and snag and etc. So now we've got that folded, that's the way it's going to be. We'll put that to one side. I'm going to fold it, well, it's folded already, but we're going to sort this one out. So now we're going to do this piece, which is the pink piece. Okay, so what we first of all want to do is we want to cut this piece out here. So we're going to leave that panel on, and we're going to cut these pieces out. So I'm going to again use my blade to do that. I'm going to cut the whole of that line off, that score line off. Yeah, and then you're going to turn it round, actually turn it that way, and cut that fold off up to there. Okay, so keep hold of those because you're going to come back to them. So we've now got, this is the piece that we had before, which is, it's got like a little, it's like a house, it's got a little doorway out of it, okay? That's folded up and then it's going to fold concertina style, okay? This one is going to fold into itself, so we're going to fold this one up, and we want to, again, make sure that that is away from the fold, which it isn't, so we'll just cut that off. Cut that up to that line. Fold that up. Is it away from the fold now? Yes, it is. That's fine. So this piece here is slightly narrower than this piece. So this folds into here, and this, you see how this doesn't quite fold? That's because it's not going to do that. We're going to do something else. So this is the piece where it's slightly narrow. This is 4 inches and this is 3 7/8 of an inch. And the reason for that is because that's going to be the bit that we stick in there. So we want to make sure that that's shorter and folds easily. So this is the piece that's going to fold in and create our waterfall. So what we need to do is, on this line at the top here, I'm just going to mark a line so that you can see it. So this is where our fold is. Just to the left hand side of the fold, we're just going to put a line. He says, can't actually see it. I'm just going to put a pencil line there. So hopefully you can kind of see that, yeah. And then we want to go to about 2 inches from the bottom. I'm just going to use my board here. It's actually 2 inches is roughly where this ends here. And we're going to put a line there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to join those two lines, those two marks together. So from that corner there, down to this edge, and we're going to cut that bit off. And hopefully your ruler won't move like mine just did. We're going to take that off and leave it to one side. So this is going to fold into here, and this is going to be your waterfall bit, this bit. So in order to do that, we need to cut anything off that sits to the right hand side of that fold line, because we want everything to be to the left hand side of that fold line. So I'm just going to do that and then cut that bit off. Tiny bit there. So that's going to sit in there, yeah. Then this is going to be a pocket here. This is going to be part of the waterfall. This is also going to be part of the waterfall. And this is going to stick to here. And then the bit on the back is the bit that's going to form the inner pocket. Yeah, sorry, the inner pocket. Yeah, and the outer. Right, I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to confuse you otherwise. What we want to do is we want to make some thumb holes in them. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to eyeball it. I know some people hate it when I do this because it's not always in the middle, but I'm going to, all of these that fold up, I'm going to just put a thumb notch in. Okay, so that's those two. Yeah, and then we're going to do this one. So again, anything that folds up from the bottom has a thumb notch in it. You don't have to put a thumb notch in, but I like a thumb notch if I've got a pocket. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back to this one and we're going to put a thumb notch in. You can either put it in one or the other. Yeah, one or the other, or you can put it in both pieces, both parts. This time I'm going to do both parts. So I'm just put it. Stop racing ahead, Dave. This is what happens when I've been at work all day. So, because I'm filming this is Thursday evening. I'm filming this. Is it Thursday evening? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. What you asking me for? I haven't got a clue. I don't know. I think it's Thursday evening. What day is it? Yeah, it's Thursday evening because I've got work again tomorrow. I think. Yes, I have. I don't know what I'm asking for. Who am I asking? I don't know. Or, promise you, it's only fizzy orange. It's not anything more strong. The bubbles got stuck then. Anything more strong. Anything stronger. That's what I meant. So, the outer piece, so which is the blue piece on this, We're going to fold that so that it folds over onto itself. Yeah. So you've got like this little book with a double side here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a double thumb notch in this one. I know, get me. Wow. Woohoo. Double thumb notch. All without the aid of a safety net, which is a big mistake. So that's going to... I don't know whether I'm making this really difficult or not. So if you lay that front cover down the left hand side and then you hinge that up onto itself and then tuck it at the back and fold it over, that's the way that that sits on there. This piece then lies on here and is going to get glued down on this side, at the bottom, and across the edge here. Okay, and then this is going to be the inside pocket and this is going to be the outside pocket. Okay, so it'll sit like that, and when you pick it up you'll have your pocket at the back, you'll have a pocket here, then we'll have a pocket on the inside here. Yeah, we'll have a pocket on the inside here, but we're also going to stick a pocket from the pieces that we've got on the other side. So now what we're going to do, we're going to stick it together. So first of all, we're going to put some glue down either side of that line there. So down the side of these pockets. Oh, the glue is all gooey. Gluey. Here's me putting a line down. It's not even coming out. Is it coming out? It is now. I need to turn the other light on. There we go. That's better. I might be able to see it now. Yeah, so I can see that much better now. I'm going to put a line down there. And a line down there. Now, I should really have inked that, shouldn't I, before I glue it together, Dave? Where is the ink? The pad. Oh, but I've got some new ink pads which I'm not actually going to be able to do anything with now because the glue's going to dry. Oh well, let's use frayed burlap because it's there. Let's just put something on there. Okay, so make sure the glue hasn't dried. So we're going to stick those down either side there. You know how I like to push a little pocket so that it buckles a little bit, and that way then you can see where the pocket is and you're not spending hours trying to put a tag down and it going wonky. Then what we're going to do is we're going to just flip this piece over and we're going to glue down the side here, across the bottom and across this shorter edge here. Okay, because this is going to create one of our waterfall pockets. So you just want a thin bead of glue, because the more that you glue into the area, the less wide the pocket will be. And again, at the bottom, try and have a steady hand. It's been a very long day today, so my hands aren't steady and I'm not with it. So what you want to do is, before you glue this down, you just want to fold this up so that you can butt that into that corner there. Lie that down. And then just fold that in so that you make sure that it sits on that edge nicely, but also that this piece still closes. Yeah, which it will do. I'll just move that out of the way for a minute. That still closes over. Yeah, fold that over. Does that close over that? Yeah, it does. So we've glued that bit down. Okay, so now we've got like this 3-fold thing, which is what we want. Okay, then what we need to do is we need to glue in this piece. That's this fold. Now you could leave that and have that like as a really weird, like all foldy outy. It's quite fun actually, to be fair. But I think you're missing a trick. If we do it like that, because then you're missing that extra pocket that you're going to get. So what we're going to do is now I've completely confused you now, haven't I? That's the way round it was. Okay, so sorry, it was like that. That's how it was. What we're going to do is we're going to just close it all up, and then glue this back pocket down. So we don't need to put glue down this side, we just need to put it down across the bottom. Having seen the flippy flappy, the back bit open, I quite like that as well now, so might have to do that at some point. Okay, so that's that bit glued down. And we're going to methodically work through our pockets. We're going to glue this piece down. Again, we don't need any glue here, but we just need glue on this edge and glue on this edge. And we haven't inked any of this. Never mind, Dave. This is not going to happen today. I tend to only really ink for you guys, so you can see where the edges of pockets and things are. So but I shall try and endeavour to do it this time. Put some down here. Some across the bottom here. So again, across the bottom here, and up this shorter side here. So this is the piece that we cut down, and that's going to go and stick there. Okay, and I'm going to ink the top edge of that. Put a bit down the sides, and then we're going to glue down either side there. And that's going to glue down. Okay, so then we're going to flip that over and flip it over again. We're going to glue this pocket down, but we're going to ink it first, aren't we, Dave? Aren't we, Dave? These are the days of my life when I think, oh, what the heck am I doing? So stick that down. Okay, so now we've got a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket in between here. Yeah, got a pocket here. We've got a pocket here. Okay, that's the in-between one again at the top there. We need a pocket here, and that what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece that we cut off before, and we're going to cut off all of those extra bits, the foldy bits. Cut it down. All the way around. Check that it fits on there, which it do. That's not, which it does. A thumb divot out of it. A bit of an ink on the edge. Don't dip too hard, Dave, because you just realised how wet this ink is. And then we're going to glue on the three sides. There. Across the bottom and up the side. Turn it around, flip it over and stick it on. So there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then of course you're going to put one on the front here. That's your 8th one. I'm going to use another piece of card that we've just cut off. Just cutting off only the waste bits. I could do with somebody cutting my waste off, to be fair. And we're going to take another divot out. Which way round should we have it? We'll have it that way round, Dave, because that's funky. Get funky. So I'll get some of that. So yes, I can sew. Very kind of you to ask. And then gluey, get off me, gluey, gluey. I can tooey. Well, I can't actually today. Oh, look at that wavy line. It's good job I'm not a brain surgeon. Just to be grateful I'm not a brain surgeon. Although I'm not sure that there are many channels on YouTube that do brain surgery. But and you know what I didn't do? I failed to check that it was not too wide, and now I'm going to have to get my lovely Tim Holtz scissors dirty. Don't tell him. Don't tell Tim how reckless I am with his scissors. Put that down and see if that's going to fit. Still a little wide. Don't tell Tim. There you go. I'll deny it if you'd say it was me. I'll deny all knowledge. I have no idea what you're talking about, Tim. No. But they said, if they told you I was a kangaroo, would you believe them? Shut up, Dave. All right, then, shut up, Dave. We'll pop that down there, and there we go. Now we've made our little folio thing, which is a bit fun. Folio fun. So actually, you know what? Do you know what? Let's hang it. Let's make another one, and let's make it flappy. Let's make it flappy. I don't think anybody in their life has ever said that. But you heard it here first. So, I don't even know what I'm doing now. Is it that? Is that a piece? That's a piece, and that's a piece. Whoa, that's an end of a pad. Do I dare? Dare I? Should I? Should I even try? Should I risk it? No, let's use that piece. I can't use the end of that pad. Oh dear, I've lost the pin now for the glue. Oh, I found actually funny. Oh look! Oh my gosh, they're all here. They're all on the floor. So, anyway, let's make this. So, I'm going to make it the flappy version this time. Oh look, we've gone down to the little ones. Should we use the little ones? No, because they're both exactly the same. So. Right, we're going to make the flippy version. So again, you'll be able to get the same. It's exactly the same. It's just that we're not going to glue the back pocket down. So I'm going to take one piece. I'm going to stick it on our scoreboard. And we're going to put it on there, and we're going to score at 4. So this is going to be exactly the same, 4 and 8. We're going to turn it round, and then we're going to score at 4 again. Okay, we're going to put that to one side. Then we're going to take this piece, and we're going to score it at 4. Then we're going to score it at 7 and 7/8. And then we're going to score it. Oh no, and then we're not going to score it anymore. So, oh no, Dave, that wasn't 7 and 7/8, was it? That was. There we go. 7 and 7/8. Oh well, got extra lines in it. Can't cope with extra lines. Do that again. So at 4. And then at 7 and 7/8. There we go. Then turn it round and score at 4. It's alright, I will use that piece of Tim Holtz. I will not be reckless. Promise you. So that's the one that's going to be diagonal, and this is the one that isn't. This is the piece that I'm going to cut out. I'm going to freehand cut it with scissors. Look at me getting all fancy schmancy with me scissors. Or crazy wazy with me scissors. Right, let's see if we can cut that off. Fold you up. Okay, so let's put these folds in. Less reckless, Dave. Be less reckless. So that's the outer anyway, so that's just going to sit around there. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to have this folded back. Hold it up for a minute. feeling like I'm missing out on the best pattern bit here. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do it that way around. So, that way, that way. Yeah, that's the way around. That's going to be our front. Yeah. Do we have it that way around? Yeah, let's go that way. So that's going to be our front. We're going to stick a pocket on the inside this time. And then this is going to be our other flappy bit. So remember, anything that folds up has a notch in. That's a pocket. Folds up, it's got a notch. And yours, you can choose to have yours in the middle and show off with you getting yours in the middle. I might choose not to have mine in the middle, or choose not to, or not pay attention enough to have it in the middle. And then we're going to do the same with this that we did before. Let's put our folds in. Open it up. Put that fold in. Put that one in. Which is there. And then you end up with a billion of these things because you've made that many. So we're going to cut this bit off. I'm going to use scissors this time. Up to that. Cut that bit off. I'm not that bad actually cutting with scissors. I think it's a confidence thing. I always think I'm worse than I actually am. Okay, and then this is the piece that we've got to cut at that jaunty angle. About 2 inches. It doesn't have to be 2 inches, don't worry about it. It can be an inch and a half, but I'm going to go 2 inches to that corner. I'm not going to do that with a pair of scissors because that will go wrong. Down to that. Cut that bit off. Okay, this is the piece that's going to fold in. Remember, we've got to cut off any excess. That's going to fold in there, and this is going to stick to here. But we're going to leave, so that one's the one that's going to fold like that, and stick that one to there, but we're going to leave it flappy this time. Instead of sticking it down, we're going to leave it flappy because it's a bit of fun, bit of flappy fun. So just going to glue these pockets and things in. Should we ink it first, Dave? Let's do that. Let's get physical now. Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Oh, it's all gonna fall down. Yeah, I bought all of these lovely new pads, ink pads with juice in them that isn't all horrible, and that is all thanks to you. So I wouldn't have been able to buy any of those things if it hadn't have been for the lovely people that have either bought things on my Ko-fi or just sent me a tip via Ko-fi, like a one-time tip, although Tamara does subscribe, and I've got some free digitals on my Ko-fi, by the way, if you want to head over there and have a look at what I've got over there. And also for those people that have bought from my Etsy, you have enabled me to be able to buy some new ink pads, which have been long overdue, because money doesn't go very far these days, so, and I've never had a huge amount of money as it is, so I am hoping that when my mum's estate is settled, I'm not going to spend it all on craft stuff, I will just point out, but that things will get a little bit more easy, a little bit more free. I am going to speak to a financial advisor when that happens, though, so he'll say, or she'll say, don't spend the money on craft stuff, Dave. And then I'll go, oh, but why? So, remember, I'm not going to stick that one down this time. I'm just going to fold it in for now. I'm going to not put a divot in here because, remember, it's not going to be a pocket this time, but we want to glue this bit onto here. So, let's just put some ink on these. Just so that we can see where all the edges are. But yes, thank you to those people that have, you lovely people that have supported me in my art. I'm very, very grateful, eternally so. And I couldn't have done it without you. Actually, I don't think I would still be doing YouTube if it wasn't for you guys, because, like I say, it's a expensive game. So I'm going to put a divot in there. Just down either side of that pocket, across the bottom of it. Go around the edge of. Oh no, Dave! Don't put your finger in the pad. Same on that bit. Right, so let's glue that to there. So this is going to glue over onto here as it was in the first version. And that's going to stick down like so. This is also going to stick down like so, and this is going to stick to here. And we're going to do, let's put some ink on this bit on the edge first before we glue it all down along here. No point putting ink on this bit, you're not going to see it. So I'm going to stick this bit to here, so this is the waterfall bit and this is going to stick to here. I'm going to do ink down this long side here. Ink, no, glue, Dave. This is glue, this is not ink. Oh, Dave. And then we're going to put that on there, just fold that edge up so that we can butt it up against there. And then we're just going to pull it back this way so it lines there, lines up there. There we go. That's that bit. So now we've got that extra flappy bit, but what we'll do is we're going to glue the pocket down at least. We don't want to get too crazy, Dave. Glue that up there. Maybe put a little bit of ink. Keep having to distinguish which one's ink, which one's glue. What's it called? Is it glue? Is it ink? Is it ink? Is it glue? Okay. And then we've got to do this front pocket here. Did I ink it? I did. Did I glue it? I didn't. So there we go. So that's the same thing. So well, it's not the same thing. It's a similar thing. Although that doesn't close now. Just need to cut that very edge off. I didn't do that, did I? We did. We Did it in the first one, but we didn't do it in the second one. Check that pocket. I'm just going to check that fits now. It does. And then I'm just going to check the edge of that pocket. Oh, no, it's still glued down. That is fine. So now we've got the same thing as we did before. So this one is the one that opens out, and you've got these pockets, waterfall pocket, and a pocket here with a pocket on the back. But on this one, what we've got, instead of having a pocket here, we've just got another openy thing. So when that goes that way, that goes that way, that folds around the back of there, and then you can put pockets on here with all of this extra waste stuff that you've got. So we might as well do that, Dave. Let's get that round the right way for a start. Cut anything off that doesn't need to be on there. Cut it down ever so slightly. And that fold there needs to come off. Put a divot in it. Put some ink on it. Oh, no, try again. Put some ink on it. And then round the three sides. Maybe that's what I should do. Just go for it and go quick. Stick that on there. Make sure it's out of the way of that fold line. Like that. And then we're going to do the same on this piece here. Get another piece here from that other one. We'll do it this way round this time. Cut off all of those extra bits. I don't know whether you can see them, but I can kind of see where it's got a folded edge. Stick that on there. And then ink that bit up. And then ink on those sides. And go for it quick, and it gets much straighter line that way, Dave. That's your technique you've just learned. Well done. It's only taken you a couple of decades. Never mind, better late than never, isn't it? Every day is a school day. Don't do that, Dave, because every day is not a school day if you do it like that. There we go. So now we've got that version. So we've got this kind of like flippy outy version. No, Dave, that's a pin. Get rid of this. And then you've got all of these pieces here. Well, actually, no, you've got that piece and that piece that you can then do other stuff with. I mean, like, there's nothing to stop you making that into something. You could waterfall that, maybe. Do something. I'm sure there's something we could work out with for that. Anyway, or we could stick it on here in some way, couldn't we? In fact, I could stick that one. It doesn't have a pocket there. I could stick that there. I could indeed. Let's do that, shall we? Oh, go on then. Oh, go on then. Why don't you? You need to take a decent amount off there, Dave. A decent amount being, I don't know, about that much. About a quarter of an inch, isn't it? Quarter of an inch. Dead common. Is that about right? It's as near as damn it, it'll do. I will not be quibbling about that. Oh, I was going to say to you, yeah, I don't know whether I started to say this or not, but if you don't have a scoreboard, you don't need a scoreboard. So I know that Dawn has mentioned that she doesn't have a scoreboard, but you don't need a scoreboard. Honestly, anything that I use is only because I've been doing it so long that I've got it. You really don't need to have all of these extra things. You can do without. You can just fold it, like I know that you've said that you will. You worked it out and made it work with just the folding. But also you can score without a scoreboard. I'll do that in a second. For those people who don't have a scoreboard. So we've got another waterfally bit there. And then, what else have we got? We could do another, where have we got pockets and versus not got pockets? Oh, we've got pockets everywhere now, Dave. We could have this. Trying to cut your finger off, Dave. That's always a good plan. Good start, Dave. Cut your finger off. That's not going to make Friday go any better, is it? I'll have to cut down a bit more than that, Dave. Even with a grid line, you still managed to cut a wonky line. Aren't you clever? Put a divot in that. Let's do it that way up, because that'll be the right way up then. This is all about just having a bit of fun. Anything that you are watching how to do something, look at other ways that you could adapt it and make it your own. So anything I tell you how to make, it doesn't mean that you have to make it like that. You can make it however you like, and it makes you happy, and you know you've discovered something new and different to you. And that's how I ended up making my original one, because I was reverse engineering what Jane had sent me. There we go. So we've got that piece. I'm completely confused now. We've got that piece. We've got that piece on the front there. We've got that piece that folds over the back. We've got that bit that folds around like that. And that's that. So I've got a piece left over. I'm not going to find something to make with that, because otherwise you'll just laugh at me. I mean, I'm sure I could. Shall I just do it? Just do it, Dave. Just do it, Dave. Just cutting off all of those fold lines. Let's go through there. Like that. Take a tiny divot out of it. We won't do it on this one, because that's the piece that we've done. We've followed the directive for the piece that I was started out to make. But we'll put it on this piece. Oh, I was going to show you about scoring, wasn't I? I forgot. Stick that there. We're going to have a little pocket on there, because why not? Because we can. Well, that wasn't too bad. That lined up, didn't it? So, and then where should we have the other one? Should we have it on? We'll have it on that pocket, I think, because that's a little bit boring, the design on there. Do the same on there. I'm absolutely covered in bits of semicircle now. Stick that on there. You know, if we're going to use two sheets, especially if Tim holes, we might as well use them all up. Those not so much in line, but hey. So that one goes over there. That one goes over there. That's the one that's got the flippy flappy bit at the back. That's that new version that we've just styled out, and then this is the one that we started with, which looks like this. So we've got this like this, this like this, then we've got close it up, flip it over, pocket on the back, pockets on the back, pocket in the middle, pocket in the middle. There we go. And all from two sheets of whatever it's called, paper, card, Tim Holtz card in my case. So you use whatever you've got. Great way to use up. Like I say, look how lovely that looks, and yet I would not have used that paper ever. So you could even mix that up and put some Tim Holtz with that. Look how nicely they would go together. There is nothing to stop you putting them bits and pieces together. And all of that in however long it took us to do. Yeah, so massive thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Sorry, this is not subscribed. Who has subscribed, who has liked, who has commented, who has bought something from my Etsy, bought something from my Ko-fi, who has followed me on Ko-fi, who is following me on Etsy, who is buying things off Ko-fi or subscribing on Ko-fi. If you're following me on Instagram, not so much thank you to those people following me around the supermarket. Don't ask me where anything is. I haven't got a clue. So I don't work in a supermarket. I get asked all the time, excuse me, do you work here? I don't have to wear a uniform. I wear a uniform at work because I do a lot of like crawling around on the floor and under desks and fixing IT and sorting out reconfiguring IT and just generally getting dirty, but mending plumbing, all sorts of things. And so I wear a uniform, and it's black with green writing on it. And the amount of times I go into a supermarket and people say to me, do you work here? No, I don't. Because it wouldn't say groundwork on it if I'm in Asda supermarket, would it? So anyway, I don't work there, so don't follow me around the supermarket. Anyway, shut up, Dave. All right, I will shut up. I'm going now. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you like this. Hope it's something else that you might consider making. Hope you might even consider subscribing or staying for the crazy or leaving because of the crazy. I don't, can't help it. This is me. This is me. I am what I am. No, shh. Shh. I can't promise not to sing. So, anyway, thanks very much. It's now 10 to 9 in the evening. I am going to have to go to bed soon because I've got to be up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning in order to go to work to facilitate a contractor getting into one of our sites. So I am going to go to bed. My mind is a bit fried. I'm going. I love you all. Don't forget, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. That was supposed to be a hug. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.